Hey guys, this is Nathan from IT, and I just want to show you guys how to use Interlace. First things first, you need to navigate there. There should be a link on your desktop, but there's also a link on the home page under registration. Okay, this should be pretty easy. You'll find that at the top here it says FormFast Form Imprint, and that's because the previous name for Interlace was FormFast. So you can sign in as yourself. This is the same username you use for Paragon, your email, and signing into a computer. Hit sign in when you're ready, and you'll get to this landing page. Okay, so this is the interface. It looks somewhat overwhelming when you first look at it, but if you just dive in, it's actually not too bad. On the left-hand side here, we have the e-signature documents, meaning the consent forms that you need to have patients to sign. And in the center here, we have the actual patients. So first things first is we're going to capture a registration consent form. So we're going to open up forms, e-signature, registration, and choose the form that we want. Let's choose authorization for treatment and choose the patient we want. And patients can be found a few different ways. You can sort it by account number so that the latest visit number is at the top. That would be good for hospital registration. But you can also search by the account number by typing in this field. You can also type in first and last names as you see fit. So if I wanted to look up a patient with the last name of Test, just type Test and then hit enter on your keyboard, and you can see we could pull up Liz Test. Okay, so now that we have our patient found, we can select them, select the document that we need. You can choose multiple documents at one time. And then at the top here, hit sign. Another window will appear. So on the left-hand side, we can see all the consent forms or other forms that need to be filled out. And you can see it's kind of a blue icon here showing that it still needs to be done. We have patient information automatically filled out on this consent form with a visit ID barcode and a document barcode. If we scroll down here, if you click in here, at that point the patient can sign the signature pad in front of them, the topaz device, and when you need to sign, you can right click and say self-sign. But if you do need to fill out this information, you can do so. And when you're ready to sign, hit self-sign. This action cannot be undone. Do you want to continue? Hit yes. And it will say your username and a date and time. If you are done, go ahead and hit done at the top. If you'd like to redo it, you can right click at the side here and hit clear form. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes. And it resets it. And if you added too many forms on the side here, you can even right click and just hit delete. When you're done, though, hit done and it will automatically save to one content. So you can do a few things to improve your usability of this product if you choose to. There's a zoom button at the bottom here. You can change it from 25% all the way up to 200%. And you can even hit the fit button here, which does a very similar action, and it fits it to the height of the document. Okay, so let's talk about printing. There's three different ways to do that. You can select the form on the side here and then hit print. It will automatically print to your default printer. You can double click the form and then hit print, and it will print to your default printer. Or you can choose the form, choose the patient, then hit print, and it will print that same form with the patient information in the top right corner. Back at the web form imprint web interface. You can also add things as a favorite for yourself if you use them quite often, and this will be a big thing for hospital registration. Choose the documents that you want to be added as a favorite on the site hero. Hit favorites at the top, hit favorites, and hit add. And notice how they showed up as favorites for me. If you added too many, you can select those, hit favorites, favorite forms, and remove. Okay, so if you're missing a patient, it's most likely because you need to refresh the screen. It doesn't constantly refresh itself. So hit refresh and then records, and that will update the list with everything in the database. If you're not sure what an actual form is, you can double click it and it will actually pull up the form. You can scroll down and see the entire thing, and when you're done, just hit the X in the corner. An important thing to note is making sure that you sign out at the end of the day for you. This application, when you self-sign, signs as you, and so that consent form will have your initials on it. So to prevent that, make sure at the end of the day, you hit the sign out.